Maybe I'm just a sucker for singing, you know. Maybe that's what it is for me. Like, but when I heard Luki singing, I was like, that was it for me. Like, I was gone.
And then, well, not youngest, but also most recent LAM BRO with his intro. Holy shit!
Oh, I didn't even get to show everything yet.
Oh man!
It's like yeah, there was all of that shit going on, and it's like that's not even all of it. There's more to come. It's like
yeah, the anime we showed was only like 15 seconds, 16 seconds out of a minute and a half that's still coming.
Oh, that's gonna be incredible.
And we didn't get to show everything, but I was like, I don't have time. I have to debut now, because if I keep delaying it, I'm gonna debut next year with how busy I'm gonna get, you know.
I completely agree with you, and I think whenever it's sort of, obviously I haven't really like seen too much of that scene, but when there are a lot of VTubers that you see on Twitter who are pre-debut for a very, very, very long time,
right?
And when I think about it, I almost think that by like waiting so long to start, you might kind of be like, I don't know, like missing the point of what makes a streamer successful, and that's like to just stream, you know.
And you kill your own hype.
Re-debut.
Yeah, like there's nothing wrong with starting as a PNG tuber, or even like without without any art at all. Yeah, Shoto was a PNG tuber. Arguably now probably the most successful indie VTuber there is.
The most successful on Twitch for sure.
On Twitch by far, you know, and he started as a PNG tuber. He was a PNG tuber for ages, because he was like, you know, I don't want to have to wait so I can do a full live 2D debut. I just want to stream, and he did extremely well. So I don't know, like I think that's the best thing I would figure out. Being a streamer means that you do have to like actually stream, and actually streaming makes it so easy to connect with people, to network, make friends, and that kind of stuff, and build an audience. And I think that the longer you leave that, the less time inevitably that you're gonna have for that. So, you know, that's what I don't know. It's like I suddenly just sort of felt like I needed to say that. It's like I would always say, when you're given the option to like get started streaming quickly, I would say just give it a go, do it, because the more you stream, the more practice you have. I think that all of us, you know, I've noticed it a lot with myself and with you, Fulgur, as well. Like, you improve as a streamer so much in so little time. Yeah, like, I can't stand watching my earlier streams, because I felt like I was so unprepared, and I was so like sort of, I don't know, unfunny, but I feel like I've improved so much because I just kept doing it, you know, doing it.
If there's someone who personifies that, it's Hugo. Like Hugo, who came out of the bat without any streaming experience and was like this incredible musician, but at the same time thought being a streamer meant playing games on stream, and tried to like fit that mold.
Yeah, but it really isn't.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody has their own kind of style.
It's everybody like whatever you
kind of development path.
Whatever like you want it to be.
The reveal thing that Hugo had, like nowadays, I'm sure Hugo would go back and do it completely differently. And yeah, it's the same for a lot of people who start as like a PNG tuber or eventually work their way into a VTuber. Like, you don't really know what you want to aim for in your content until you try out a bunch of different things, and then you realize, like with Vox as well, Vox started off, like you said, a little more awkward at first. There were a lot more games, and then you realized your thing is ASMR, the RPing, all of that kind of thing is your incredible like talent.
Just
and
talking.
So, like, that's what you've been leaning into. Yeah, exactly. Well, talking and also planning out all of that. It takes so much time to plan out all the scenes and all the storylines. Yeah. And then also the natural ability to just be able to go on the fly and like roll with anything that happens on stream is incredible. But yeah, the planning that goes into all of that as well, how hard you work at each of those is so good.
That's like, it's exactly what I was telling Hugo, you know, before he made like the switch to doing more music-based content, is that when you stream, you need to play into your talent. So you need to show people what you're good at, because I don't know, like a lot of the time it's, you know, it's like what Hugo was struggling with. It's like, you know, whenever you watch people stream, you see them just playing games, you see them doing this, doing that, when in reality, it's like, this is such like an open and easily changeable art form, you know, unlike the rest of entertainment, where you have a crew, producers, directors, everything that you need to kind of, and have ratings that you need to approve and a budget you need to work within. A stream you yourself can do for free. The most money I've ever spent on a individual stream is getting like stock assets for ASMR streams, like backgrounds and stuff, or buying the games that I play. Other than that, you can do whatever it is that you want. You can come up with interesting themes to do within games and stuff like that. If you have if you have like something that you think you're good at, like it maybe you think you're good at like doing voices, maybe play like an RPG and give fun voices to the characters. Just anything that lets you show off what you're good at is the right way to kind of make your start streaming. Because the worst thing to be is like someone asks, well, why should I watch you instead of someone who's popular, and you can't think of what to say. You need to be able to, you need to know what to say in that instance.
And I think the biggest mistake most people do is they look up, like, I'm not saying don't look up to bigger streamers, but don't be other people. It's like, that's not the point.
Yeah.
Be yourself, because we have the other people to be them, right? Like, why would anyone watch another Vox that just showed up, right? Like, no one cares. Like, what they want is another human with their own set of, you know, personality and quirks and stuff, you know, to look up to. And like a lot of VTubers, I feel like, end up just like copying what other people are doing, and then they're wondering why am I not successful? Because I feel like you just need to like input your personality, inject your personality in your content, find out what you are as a streamer, who you are. Like, biggest example I can give you, Numi. She's an indie VTuber that does music and stuff, and like her streams are something completely different from every other stream you would ever watch. It's completely about her personality, who she is as a person, her music, and people watch that because they love the personality, they love what she inputs into her streams, right? She's not trying to be someone else, she's herself, and she came out of nowhere and exploded, right? And same with Shoto, because Shoto like just showed people who he is as a person and put himself in, you know, his things, horror games, and then his personality, etc. He inputted that into his content, and people love that. People found a new person, not someone that's similar to another person. They found a completely new person to fall in love with, right? And that's what streaming is. It's like, be yourself, don't be other people.
Exactly.
I completely agree with you, and I think like at least as far, maybe this differs for some people, but like on stream I really don't think I play a character. Like, I think I'm just being myself, and
exactly.
a lot of streaming is down to being yourself, just louder, you know, like what normally if you were playing a game you might organically think, you might organically think inside your head, and you might like jump a little bit. For stream, you just say it out loud, and you try and think of funny things to say that might naturally occur to you while you're not streaming, but you just don't say it out loud. You just think it to yourself, and you're like, you know, like that's
yeah, exactly.
like that's the difference. That's the difference. And I think you know, when I see a lot of when I see someone who's like sort of trying really hard to fit into like the mold of what their character is supposed to be, I think that a lot of the time, like, I don't know, like, I think the average viewer is smarter than you think they are. You know, that like when you're faking it, and when you're trying so hard to be something that you're not, and it's like, I don't want to be myself, I want to be successful, I think people can fucking tell, you know. And it's I don't know, at least maybe for some people, you know, that works, but for me, I think that it's kind of like,
that's what I was going to say. There are definitely those people who are also, you know, natural born actors.
You can
and
feel
actresses.
it. You can feel when it's not real.
So I wear these so that I can show off my beautiful toes whenever I need to.
I also have a pair of well, it's pretty good.
I'm just watching this stream. I just see you flip upside down. That was a pretty advanced.
I had to show him the toes,
there, brother.